we know exists to bring God glory and make disciples, and loving God with all that we are is a huge part of that. It's a huge, huge part. Christ would say it's the most important part. Most important of all things. So based on this message, what can we do to become more like Jesus? So if the action is to do a verb, then we need to talk a little bit about how to actually do it more. So let's just talk about our worship. Like, how can we worship more? Delight yourself in the good ways and the will of God. Look for God at work in, through, and all around you. One of the ways that you can love the Lord with your heart is to look at the things that he does that you love. Have you ever noticed how if you look at just bad things and sad things and hurtful things all the time, then all of a sudden you start feeling bad, sad, and hurtful all the time? It's weird, right? Garbage in, garbage out. I think my 9th grade health teacher told us that. You are what you eat, Nathan. Well, then I am Swiss rolls and pizza. That's what I am. That's me. But it's the same is true here. When you delight yourself in the Lord, then your heart goes on, right? That great song, count your many blessings, name them one by one, count your many blessings, see what God has done. It's unreal. It's the mindset of those who serve for the Lord, whether they go on a mission trip or they do it at work where they're there and they're like, I came to serve, and you're like, no, I'm just living fully and delighting in what God's doing. And it does this weird thing, transforms. Your joy fills up. Your heart is full because your passions and desires are for him. It's a great grace of God. So strive in your worship, both your personal devotion there and when we gather together, to delight in what God's doing. And as specific as you can be, the better it will be for you in that delight. When it comes to community, how with your soul and community can you be good? And I would say this, you never get over being saved. I love being around new Christians because they remind me of so many things I've gotten over. Remember, your first love loved you first. Loved you first when you were unlovable, when there was nothing about you that merited heaven or eternity. And if you could just remember this in your soul, to never get over being saved, you're just going to live more abandoned. You're going to, I don't know, this is part about when Jesus talks to childlike faith. I mean, my kids are just excited about things they shouldn't be. But they are, not because they're bad, they're just so grateful for things at times. And I'm like, I need to be more like that. I need to remember what it was when I was first saved. And I was a crazy, no guardrails, just sharing Jesus. I mean, you guys think I'm nuts now. You should have seen me then. I was like, I don't even know what to do, Jesus. And I'm just sharing it and running around telling everyone, trying to save my pastor. He's like, I've got it, I'm good. Right? I was like, here. I just never get over it. And sometimes as an adult, I do. I've lost the innocence and zeal of when I was first born again, and how great that was. And again, remember, it's not the feels, it's the will and why I exist. It reminds me of my created purpose, that I am here for more than paying taxes. I'm here more for just being a dad, though that's a part, or a husband. I'm here to be a Christian and help others find Christ and to mature in their faith. And by the way, that's the same for you. Same for you. So when it comes to service, right, with our mind, how can we serve others with our mind? Study Proverbs. I'm just going to start you there. The wisdom of God is supreme, and Proverbs is like a highly concentrated source of that. So if you're trying to think, how am I going to get my mind and capture the thoughts and think the way God is, Proverbs is a great place to start. If you've already done a deep dive into that book, there are obviously any other place in the Bible you can go to. But if you want to love the Lord with your mind, then study the things that the wisest man wrote. Which, by the way, why was he the wisest man? Because God made him so. He's not like, I am just going to go online with New Hampshire University or Maryville University online courses. Just take them and learn everything. No, God made him wise. So study the Bible. And you'll understand wisdom, and you'll be able to serve others with your mind in a way that's there. I mean, how many times a day does somebody ask you what they should do or respond in a way and they don't know why it went bad? Every day that happens to you. I told you not to drink that milk in the fridge. It was left open. You did. You should read Proverbs more. I tell you, you read Proverbs, you won't drink stinky milk anymore. It's just, that's one of the joys. Multiplication. When it comes to your strength and living your life, how do we multiply loving the Lord our God with all of our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and kind of wrap all of this together? Faithfully follow the Holy Spirit's leading in your life. Your weakness is a good thing that can lead to the power of Christ in your life. 2 Corinthians 12:9. As you depend on him to help you, you're celebrating God's strength and his deliverance, not wallowing in self-pity or some sort of achievement where you've pulled yourself up by the bootstraps. But instead, you're saying, God has made a way for me to do that. So you faithfully, remember what we talked about? following. Follow the leader. Follow the Lord and King Kings. So let's look at the one thing one last time. The one thing one last time. This is the whole point of it, right? I mean, if the scriptures ended here, we'd be like, all right, we got what we need.